Woodworking is a lot of fun, especially if you have the right tools. So I'm going to go through how to make this box with the right tools. Here is a beautiful cherry board that we're going to first run through the joiner and get the edge perfectly straight so we can continue working with the piece of wood. Now that we have a perfectly straight edge, we're going to run it through the table saw and get our first dimension for the box made. Notice this table saw has an entire table boxed around it, so if you have a big 4x8 sheet or something large, it makes the job a lot easier. Now that we have two straight edges, we're going to go ahead and run it through the joiner again, and this will give us a good flat surface on the bottom of this board so we can run it through the planer and make it clean on both sides. Now the board has 3 flat sides, so we're going to run it through the planer and get it really nice on all 4 surfaces. Now that this board is flat and ready to go, we're going to start to cut the pieces for the box. This radial arm saw is very accurate, and with a jig you can see that once you set it up, you just keep cutting the pieces and all the pieces will be exactly the same size. I must say, doing woodworking with the right tools is an absolute joy. So when you stack all these boards up, you'll see they're all exactly the same size. Now we're going to cut the sides of the box using the table saw. So we'll cut enough strips to make sure that we are able to make as many sides as we need. Now we'll use the radial arm saw to cut all the pieces to the right length, and this time we have another board underneath it to make sure that both sides of this strip are nice and clean. A jig helps us make sure they're all cut to the same size. You can see when we lay out all the pieces, they fit perfect. Now it's time to take all the sides of the box and glue them on to the bottom of the box. Just make sure that all the glue is evenly distributed and that it's in the right places. When the glue squeezes out, you can use a metal blade to scrape off a majority of the glue. Notice when we're gluing this together that there's a jig for the corner to make sure that we get everything perfectly aligned and perfectly straight. I really like the grain of this cherry wood. It is going to make a beautiful box when it's done. So now we'll glue in the last piece, and it's really starting to look like a box. So now we'll clamp it all up. May take a little creativity to get it all nice and straight, but when we're done, it is a beautiful box. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up.